Hi, Scorpio. Scorpio, welcome. This is your weekly reading. It's also timeless. It's Water Wednesdays, which means I read for water signs, as the name would imply. And Scorpio, you are a water sign, so hello, welcome. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, hi, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're not subscribed and you like me, please subscribe. I'll just say that now, get it out of the way. But let's get into it. Scorpio, we're going to take 3 cards for the general energy using the Cosmic Tarot. I will clarify with the Hermetic Tarot, and then I'll get a potential outcome for you using the Cosmic Tarot once again. So, without further ado, Scorpio, let's get into it. It's the new moon in Cancer, by the way, so we've got some pretty cool watery energy right now, so might be a good time to tap into that. Seems to be a bit of a theme going so far. Without further ado, let's go. Okay, 4 swords here. This is rest after a setback, you know. These 4 gentlemen are sitting having a break. They've laid their swords down on this mat, and this mat has the sign of Jupiter on it, so there is a potential Jupiter is all about expansion, and a lot of people with the 4 of swords, they equate it to prayer and manifestation from a place of rest, and so there's some kind of expansion potentially coming for you. We've got the 9 of Cups. Beautiful, satisfied, emotionally fulfilled and happy energy here. You're really filling your own cups. This deck deviates from the tradition quite a bit in the fact that there's sort of 2 people here. It's kind of a wish fulfillment card as well. So the 9 of Cups is like you're satisfied. You've sort of filled your own cups. You've found a lot of satisfaction and happiness in what you're doing, and that gratitude really opens the door for further manifestation into the 10 of Cups, which involves other people. It's traditionally more of a card of solitude. So you could look at it that perhaps this woman in her 9 of Cups is manifesting this man. Maybe he doesn't really exist yet, or vice versa, right? Take it as it resonates. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is all about focusing on your crafts, your skills, your whatever it is that you do in the material world. It's about focusing on that, further cultivating that. The eights in the tarot, the suit of 8s basically just speaks to personal empowerment in a lot of ways. It has to do with finding your personal power. 8 of Swords, of course, is sort of a quote-unquote negative card. It's a feeling of being trapped, but it's still very centered around the self. So, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, wow, that was a weird... Did you see that stick to my thumb? It's like I'm doing skate tricks with my hands now with cards. Fun. Interesting. What? Okay, that was strange. Yes, 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So we have... Basically, with these, I feel like you may be very much, some of you are in a energy of singleness. You may have recently even had a setback in that regard. Maybe something didn't work out the way you were hoping. There has been some disappointment in the past, but I feel like basically you're working on, you're just kind of focusing on your career life and your skills right now, cultivating a sense of happiness within oneself and sort of continuing to manifest whatever it is you're manifesting, kind of from a place of rest. You know, your prayer life at home, you may be the type of person that likes to pray at night, whatever, those kinds of things. Or setting intentions even, manifestation, however it applies to your situation. Ace of Swords is on the bottom, and this is about truth revealed, and so there is something... I think that's going to come to light at some point regarding this situation with what you're manifesting, perhaps. It does feel like this message is sort of for singles that are maybe looking to manifest a partner. It feels that way. But let's dig a little farther in and see what we can come up with here. Let's go ahead and clarify the 4 of Swords for Scorpio, please. What does Scorpio need to know about this 4 of Swords? What does Scorpio need to know about this 4 of Swords? All right, one more shuffle for Scorpio. All right, shall we? All right, we have the Princess of Cups. This is the Page of Cups right here. Princess of the Palace of the Floods. Page of Cups is a manifester. Page of Cups is manifesting, and it's also feminine receptivity in the sense that you're manifesting something and you're really allowing room for spirit to bring it to you. And we have that over the Four of Swords, which again is another card of kind of manifestation, from a place of rest. So there's a call here to be a little bit somewhat passive about what you're doing. Imaginal techniques are great. Envision what the manifestation will feel like right before bed. Neville Goddard's a great example, like that kind of thing, where basically right as you're going to sleep, imagine what you want to manifest and really try to get your emotions to reflect that. So if it's a relationship, imagine, the feelings of being in love and being loved and all those kinds of things. And you are loved, by the way, dear Scorpio. So just what you're going to find, though, is that if you can cultivate those emotions within yourself, you'll understand that you are fulfilled within yourself. Okay? Don't know where that came from, but here we are. We've got the Devil, Lord of the Gates of Matter. Yes, the Gates of Matter. This is all about the 3D world. This is about prioritizing the 3D world, but it also is a warning about being overly attached to the 3D world. So you've got the Page of Cups here bringing about this manifestation. You've got this energy that may be overly fixated on said manifestation. And then we have the Princess of Pentacles. Yes, the Page of Pentacles, Princess of the Echoing Hills. This is a messenger of a new opportunity. Okay, the pages are typically messengers. Is a good way to think of it. This is a new opportunity. And again, so you've got your energy here of manifesting what it is you are truly desiring. And then you've got a messenger regarding something material, like a job opportunity perhaps. And then you've got the Devil here. I think you'll need to use your discretion on this, but if you do have an opportunity coming in, it's best to really look at it critically, think about it honestly, think about the fact, ask yourself, how does it get me closer to my manifestation? Does it set me back from my manifestation? Is it a sideways step, or is it bringing me forward at all? Sometimes sideways steps are necessary in manifestation, but don't lose sight of where you're trying to go. The Ten of Wands is on the bottom, Lord of Oppression. Ten of Wands is literally all about a burden, a mental burden becoming too much, and you have to set it down. So you may be about to release something, some kind of mental blockage here. So I don't see this as a bad card. I see this as a good card, really. The Ten of Wands is you preparing to release something that needs to be released. Okay, interesting. Let's get some clarification on the Nine of Cups for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know about the Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups for Scorpio. Okay, two more shuffles here. All right, one more. All right, Scorpio, shall we? Okay, Seven of Wands, Lord of Valor. This energy is about holding your ground, holding healthy boundaries. It's really just being brave about protecting your boundaries in some way. So that Nine of Cups, again, is an energy of being satisfied with what you have, really truly enjoying what you have, appreciating your own efforts. This is basically suggesting that once you've cultivated that, you may be setting healthy boundaries and you're not willing to compromise it, which is a good thing. We don't want to compromise it. We've got the Queen of Swords here, Queen of the Thrones of the Air. Yes, the Queen of Swords delivers messages in a very, very to the point type of way, and can often, figuratively speaking, cut people's heads off with her tongue. And in this card, she's done that. She's literally holding a severed head here. The Queen of Swords is a really blunt energy. She's also very intuitive, however. So this defensive combined with the Queen of Swords does tell me that you need to be careful about that. Set your healthy boundaries, but be careful about the way that the message is delivered. Okay, and we've got death here. This is Scorpio. This is your energy, Scorpio. Child of the great transformers. Of the great transformers. Yes. Scorpio energy. Beautiful. Well, my friends, what I'm seeing here, though, is that this transformation of healthy boundaries and all those things, this is the transformation that you've gone through. So some of you may have gone through some significant changes in the past, or you're about to go through some significant changes, but they can oftentimes be inside. They can be internal changes. And maybe there's something about this change when you did have to finally release something to that extent that you've come to realize that you do not have to, you don't have to bend your will to the will of other people for their sake, to people please them, that kind of thing. Like I said, you've got healthy boundaries. You've got healthy boundaries now, and I think that's extremely important to maintain. So you may have found that through this last situation, upon maybe having a setback or some kind of rapid change that you've had, that you realize that really you're sort of, in a sense, your inner peace can only be disturbed if you allow it to be disturbed. You know, the external world and others can truly affect us in meaningful ways, but ultimately we do have the power of like how we respond to things, right? You may have found extreme amount of self-empowerment in terms of like your ability to maintain a calm, steady mind in adverse situations. Five of Wands is on the bottom, Lord of Strife. The Five of Wands is about conflict. Absolutely, it's about conflict. So I do feel that you've toughened up extremely, substantially. You've toughened up substantially in the terms of conflict with others. And I think you're willing to let people go now. Or you will be soon, let me put it that way. But being willing to let people go that are trying to, that are really asking too much of you, that are outside of healthy boundaries, letting them go is what really brings about that self-empowerment. So I think you're onto something there, especially considering we're clarifying the Nine of Cups for you, which is a card of being at peace and happy and fulfilled within. So beautiful energy, Scorpio, I think. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles for you. All right, what does Scorpio need to know about the Eight of Pentacles? What does Scorpio need to know about the Eight of Pentacles? What does Scorpio need to know about the Eight of Pentacles? Eight of Pentacles. All right. We've got the Four of Swords. Ooh, okay. And the Universe. Okay. So, starting it off with the Four of Swords. Oh, excuse me. Starting it off with the Four of Swords. Lord of Rest from Strife. Now, the Four of Swords we already had here in the Cosmic Tarot, so we've got it twice. This is pretty key. Lord of Rest from Strife. This middle column that we just talked about, the boundaries and everything else, it feels like something may be coming to an end there, that if it hasn't already. And I think that there's going to be a period of time where you are kind of resting and recovering from that. It may hurt a bit, but it's for a purpose. The Four of Swords is a major upgrade. Like we looked at the other card with the sign of Jupiter in it. There's a major upgrade in the sense that after you have a setback that maybe hurts, you learn a little bit about how things that hurt ultimately will make you stronger, and that you can move forward with a stronger sense of self-worth when you kind of have those losses that you may truly fear. Once the cycle's finished, you may realize more about yourself. The Universe card here, the Great One of the Night of Time. This is the World card in the traditional tarot, all right? And the World card signifies the end of a major arcana cycle. This is the end of a journey, the end of a major cycle. So this separation that may have happened is ending a cycle for you, and it's doing so in a way that, again, you come out the other side no longer the fool. You're not the naive fool. You are now a person who's gone through a major upgrade of maturation, and you've gained wisdom, knowledge, and insight as you've gone through this karmic lesson. The world is really a symbol of graduating a life lesson. Okay, so love that. We've got the Eight of Swords, Lord of Shortened Force. The Eight of Swords is all about being stuck with communication. In the traditional rider, she's bound and blinded and surrounded by swords. I just said this to Pisces because it came out. Oddly enough. Shocker, right? You guys always, all three of the water signs, they typically, the readings just kind of meld together. Lord of Shortened Force, like I said, bound, blinded, and it's sort of a sensation of being stuck. I think this is something you're finishing though. Your time of being stuck, feeling like you can't communicate your truth, like you can't speak your truth, has really come to an end, and that is sort of the lesson that you've learned. I think through this process, you've learned more about communication. It's this seems to be about the throat chakra in a lot of ways. You've learned to open your throat and stand up for yourself. And yeah, sometimes setting healthy boundaries will cause people to leave your life, but do we really want unhealthy boundaries in our... do we really want unhealthy attachments in our life? Do we want to have narcissistic abuse in our lives, or do we want to move forward? So you've learned how to open your throat and stand up for yourself, and you may have suffered some setbacks in relationship for that, some loss in some way, but I do think that it's all for the best, Scorpio. I really do. Oh, what do we got on the bottom here? Queen of Cups, Queen of the Thrones of the Waters. Queen of Cups is Cancer. This came up in Pisces quite a bit as well, and it's Cancer season right now. It's new moon in Cancer. So like I was telling them, perhaps this is something that you're going to see kind of come to fruition either in 6 months or a year. 6 months from now is the full moon in Cancer. A year out would be new moon in Cancer again. So we've got something of maybe a time frame here, but this also speaks to nurturing motherly energy and emotional care. And so this may be calling for self-care for you. Going through this process, this may be a call to really spend some time nurturing yourself. Yeah, I think it is, really. Give yourself some motherly energy. You know, self-care is important. And we have the Nine of Cups from earlier, and it's like that's really a big part of it. Self-care is important, Scorpio. I feel like you've maybe come out of a situation where you've been overgiving and it's been unhealthy, and now you're standing up. So make sure to take care of yourself, because standing up for yourself can be very stressful. You know, cutting people out of your life is very stressful, and even though you are finally correcting course in that sense, it still takes a lot out of you. And so just give yourself some time, give yourself some self-care, you know, just be mindful of that. It's for somebody. Be mindful of that. Take care of yourself. All right. Let's get 3 cards outcome for you, Scorpio. All right. The Emperor. There we go. The Emperor. You know what the Emperor does? The Emperor doesn't settle. The Emperor goes after what the Emperor wants. The Emperor is determined to bring about the manifestation that they're seeking, okay? So Emperor energy. Love that. Queen of Cups. There she is again. Okay, here's the Queen of Cups again. Scorpio, this could very well be your energy. It's coming out twice. It could be your energy. We have the Tower. This is rapid changes. I think this is just a reminder that, you know, the changes that are going to happen are really for the best. The Tower is not, it's really taking things out of your life that don't serve, but it leaves the foundation intact. The foundation of the Tower is intact. And I can't quite see it. Oh, yes, I can. 16. Yeah, I was going to say, I couldn't quite remember the number. It's 16, which breaks down to a 7. So, 7s in tarot are about, they're about taking a step back, taking assessment of a situation and reflecting on it. All the seven cards are basically stationary cards, and they're cards to be introspective with in a lot of ways. So it's about rapid changes externally, but inside it's important to be still. The Emperor is calm and collected in the face of adversity. The Queen of Cups doesn't lose sight of her nurturing energy. And again, like, you can stand your ground, you can have healthy boundaries, you can say no to things that are not okay, and still be nurturing in the sense, okay? Because I know Scorpios, even though sometimes not everybody understands your energy, I know that you're very emotional, and you have deep care and concern for others. It doesn't always, I mean, it's not often understood externally at times. No offense, Scorpio, but you know, I understand. So something's changing here, okay? Rapidly. And then we have Death on the bottom of the deck. This is your card again, Scorpio. Death. Again, this is about rapid transformations. This is about transformations that are kind of outside of our control, right? The only two certainties in life are death and taxes, as they say. And we don't really get a say in when death comes around, you know, when those great transformations happen. But they lead to new beginnings. These endings lead to new beginnings, and I believe they are good ones for you. So if you're in a bit of a standoff right now, Scorpio, bear this in mind. Bear this Emperor energy in mind. Stand your ground, because you really are meant to level up in your sense of self-worth, and really grow to understand your true power, your true value, and really how to set healthy boundaries in relationships moving forward. So Scorpio, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. If it did and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I will see you next week. Water Wednesdays, every Wednesday for you guys. So Scorpio, thanks so much. Best of luck with this energy, and I hope to see you next week.